Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Hope you are all having an amazing day today. My name is Lex and welcome to some terrible driving back in GTA 5, where today I am in a right-hand drive GT86 which has got a huge plethora of mods that can be done to it. So in today's video we're going to be doing a couple of big builds with this one to see what sort of cool stars we can get out of this. But before we do, there's going to be some comments on the screen. These are comments featured from the previous video. If you would like your comments featured, you can leave them in the comment section below. I'll pick some at random and feature them at the start of the next video. And don't forget, you can also follow me on Twitter at Figureight. Links for my Twitter are in the description below. And also you can check me out on Instagram as well, at _Figureight. I'll put a link to that in the description below as well. Sadly, someone took Figureight on Instagram, which is a shame. Anyway, let's get into today's video. This is a GT86. This is actually taken from Forza Motorsport 7 / Horizon 3. Not sure why both these have been named on the mod page. It might be just because like some parts of the car was taken from one game and some parts were taken from another. Not entirely sure. But there's also some parts on this from Need for Speed No Limits. And basically this whole thing has been done by Devoted Media, TGIJ, who's done loads of mods and added loads of stuff to this for us to modify. So, let's go find somewhere to park. And we're going to check this car out and check out all the parts to go with it. Where shall I park? Oh, right here. This car park. I haven't been in here for a while. So here we are. And first of all, I guess I should probably fix this massive amount of damage I've now got on the front. And now it's long again. Good God, that took off a lot of the front. That was an insane amount of damage. So here it is. The Toyota GT86. This is it in its stock form with the black number plates. I always go for the black number plates. It's just sort of a standard thing. I might actually just go ahead and get rid of that and change it into a modern plate straight away. There we go. That's something a bit more modern. I always go for the black because it looks cool, but yeah, I guess on this car, that's going to be the proper plate for this one. So this is the outside. As you would expect, pretty much a standard GTA 6 in high quality as it's taken from another game. Let's just open up the boot and the bonnet, see what it's like underneath. And here we are, working bonnet, working boot. This is the boot right here, all textured, carpeted, nice, lovely. Even got like the nice little bit there, well detailed. And then on the front we have this full 3D boxer engine, as you would find in a GT86. Look at that. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Just look at that detail. Fantastic. And then on to the interior. Of course, this is right-hand drive. There are some really high pixel density textures going on right here. When you zoom in, you can see what they look like, but when you zoom out, you get a really weird sort of like grainy effect, like some old film. I guess it really just depends what sort of resolution that you're playing at, but I'm playing at 1080, and this is incredibly high quality stuff. In fact, on that dashboard, it's just pure dots, even when you zoom in. That's insanity. So let's actually just get Michael out of this car, because he's always in the way. There we go. Let's have a proper view of that interior. So that is the full, nice, sculpted dashboard of the GT86 with the steering wheel. There's no working dials. I'm not entirely sure if that's just me having not installed that properly. It could be working, and it's probably my fault. Then we have the gear stick and the handbrake and all the switches going on here. Nicely detailed, of course. All very high def. There we have Devoted Media on the screen as well. And then we've got the cup holders and the seats, and then we have the stuff going on in the back. Lovely. And Michael with his hand going through. Yeah, that's realistic. Thank you, Michael, for breaking realism there. All right, let's get back in the car and shut all this down, and let's go and check out the mods for this thing. So let's start off with spoilers, where we have 22 options. This is going to be fun. In fact, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to change the color, because this black is hiding a bit of the detail. Let's change the color up. Right, I've changed it to Torino red. That's going to make it nice, bright, so we can see all the details. So all of these parts, I believe, are real aftermarket parts for the GT86, which means this is none of the law-friendly stuff that I normally check out. This is just pure realism right here. So we start off with the stock spoiler. Then we have the Greddy. Is it Greddy? G-Ready? Greddy? I'm not entirely sure how that is supposed to be said. I've always said it as G-Ready, and I'm sure that's wrong, so I'm going to assume that it's probably Greddy and just call it that from now on. I'm sure you guys can let me know in the comment section. So we have Goretti and Goretti 2. Oh my god. Okay, this is already getting pretty insane with this massive bolt-on spoiler right here. Then we have the INGS. Ooh, very simple. Very subtle. Quite like that one. Very close to the original, I feel. How does that compare? Ah, slightly different. Slightly different, but I like it. Then we have the Rocket Bunny. Ooh. Now, I like a good ducktail spoiler, but this is pretty out there. That's pretty big. That's insanity. Well, we'll keep going. Maybe that'll work with one build. Maybe we'll do a Rocket Bunny build. Not sure. Let's just go through. Then we have the Forza Aero. This must be one of the just sort of fake random ones that was added in Forza. Big old spoiler. We have the Chicky High Level 2, which is pretty high level. That is huge. And we've got carbon fiber going on the top there. That's quite nice carbon fiber detail. Nice, good texture. Then we have the Chicky Low Level. Ooh, interesting. I sort of like that. Although not entirely sure. I guess that might work when we've got the rest of the build going, but I like that style because it's different. It's very drag style, or at least I feel so. Then we have the Lift. Pretty nice carbon fiber spoiler once again. We have the Chicky Mid Level. That one's actually just got carbon fiber. In fact, there's no carbon fiber on that one. It says painted on the top and black sides and aluminium stands for it. Then we have just a nice generic ducktail, but still pretty big for the GT86, because I guess it just, if you want to follow the lines, that's how it ends up. That's pretty insane looking, but it's a nice one swish thing compared to where the Rocket Bunny is like an add-on bit. Yeah, I'd say that I much prefer that ducktail right there. Quite nice, although it kind of reminds me of like a hat that's had the front thing like sort of turned up. Kind of really insane. Then we have the Speed Hunters. Oh, see, that's a bit better. That just flows the whole way across. Yeah, that's more my style, I think. Then we have the Chicky High Level, which is really massive. Just huge, ginormous thing with carbon fiber and painted. And then we've got some carbon fiber bit on the rear and some black sides. Then we have the Top Race. This thing is huge, and oh, it looks to be adjustable. That is nice. I like that. That's pretty high tech. That looks like it has some use to it, considering it is adjustable. You would assume that has some use to it. Then we have the Aero, which I've got to admit I'm not a fan of. It looks very 90s. It doesn't really seem to suit this car. We have the Rocket Bunny V3. Again, another absolutely huge spoiler with a ducktail added as well, and the stands connected to the back. There's a lot going on with that one, and it is also all bolted on for the ducktail. Wow, there's a lot going on with that one. Good God, we might just speed things up because we're only in the spoiler section. So then we have the... Whoa! Whoa, baby! That's mad. That is... that's something. That's the dragon? Holy shit! That is just crazy. Just absolutely crazy. Then we have the Varus, which compared to the last one looks pretty normal. Although I like the smooth sort of like curve as it goes round. It's quite nice. Although I'm not entirely sure, but it's on its own as a piece of spoiler. It's quite an interesting design. Then we have the Battalion. These things are just crazy looking. All of these massive spoilers are all insane. Then we have the Devoted Customs, which I guess is just a custom spoiler that Justin, TGIJ, Devoted Media, has made himself. And then we have, I'm expecting this to be big, the Rocket Bunny V3 Custom. And yeah, it's big. It's pretty out there. It's got the stand that actually goes up and around and connects by the top instead of the bottom. Huge side bits and attachments to the boot lid as well on the back. Then we have the custom lip version, which also adds the big massive custom lip to the back. Really just so much going on with that one, and that is all of them. So what should I go for? I'm gonna go for the Rocket Bunny V3, not the custom one, because that is a bit out there. I'm just gonna go for the V3. And let's make this first build a Rocket Bunny, I think. So then onto the front bumpers, and look at this huge list we've got again. Oh God. So we have the front bumper, then we have the BRZ, which... why does it seem to be missing something? I feel like I might have broken something there, but there seems to be no indicators there and no grill section, because I think that's supposed to look like a BRZ. So we'll ignore that. Then we have the Goretti Street with also the debadged front bumper on that as well. That's not too bad looking. Then we have the Street 2, which is quite nice and simple compared to the standard front bumper. It's just a nice little bit of extra on there. Then we have the Sea West. Again, pretty subtle, not too much of a change, looks pretty nice. Our Magic, which makes it look like an RX-8, kind of. Is anyone else seeing this? It looks like an RX-8. Or it just has that really happy Mazda front end thing on it. Then we have the INGS. That's pretty smooth, pretty simple. That's quite nice. I can get behind that. We have the Garage Vary, which also looks quite similar to the stock. Then we have the Speed Hunter's Lip. Again, pretty close to stock. Most of these have the badge gotten rid of as well, which, to be honest, I like having the badge there. So it's a shame that that gets rid of that, but I guess that suits the style. Most people who have these kits wouldn't keep the badge. Then we have just a nice small lip. This one has the badge as well, so that's just a nice change with the badge as well. Then we have the Aero. Ooh. Again, this one has a badge. And some nice, interesting carbon fiber going on. I like the carbon fiber texture. It just looks nice and thick and shiny and real. It's really nice carbon fiber texture. Much better than what you would see on most mods, I've got to say. Then we have the Rally Backer Lip. Just adds that bit at the bottom. Nice big lip on the bottom. Then we have the Aim Gain Paint, which makes it look like a Lexus. What? That is... I mean, it took me a while to get around to the Lexus front ends, which now I'm sort of into. This? No. Then we also have a black version and a carbon version. And then we have the Rocket Bunny V2 with fenders. That's a pretty iconic thing with these little lights down there. Most people recognize this. It also has this wider thing, so I guess we've also got some arches coming later to match all of that. So obviously you're going to have the matching fenders if you wanted to have that. Then we also have the 3.5, pretty insane looking. We have the V2 and the V2 small lip and the V2 big lip. I mean, I was really into that. I was quite enjoying having the badges are actually like the whole smoothed bit. But when you get these bits that look like they should have the badge but they're not there, it looks kind of really odd to me. So I'm sort of thinking of going for the V3 if we're going to go for all Rocket Bunny. I guess we're going to go for that V3, but there's a few more. There's the Varus right there, definitely more racing version. Looks sort of like an S2000 with that bit at the bottom for some reason. That's just what I'm feeling. Then we have the Off-Road. Oh, now we're talking. Now we're talking. Look at that. Okay, there's the Off-Road with the winch. There's the Drift Bash Bar if you wanted to go for that style. There's the BN Sports, nice and simple one. I think that's probably like a relatively cheap kit, I'd say, but maybe I'm completely wrong on that. And then we have the Gum Out, which has the exhaust there and no grill, but loads of piping and stuff going on. That's an interesting look, but I don't know. Looks like something's missing from that front bit. I'm going to go for the Rocket Bunny V3 on this one. It's a bit out there, especially with this like sort of offset grill thing. But I want to go for Rocket Bunny, and I guess the other ones just put me off because of that badge right there. So V3. And oh my god, we've spent so much time on the spoiler and the front bumper, and now we've got another 14 to go for the rim bumper. I really need to speed this up, I am aware. So we have the stock. We have the Sea West, not too into that. We have the Goretti one, that's not too bad. The Goretti with winglets, INGS. Then we have the Aero. Now, really trying to speed through this. The Rocket Bunny Diffuser. It's just a little bit of a diffuser, nothing in the way of extra stuff with the fenders. Diffuser 2, I guess maybe the fenders might also add stuff to the back anyway. There we go, nice diffusers. We might go for one of those. Or the Rocket Bunny V3. Oh my life. Okay, well I guess that will probably match that. But that is way, way out of my comfort zone. That is just too much for me. Then we have the Varus. Wow, that's pretty meaty looking. Look at that. Just huge amounts of just vents and stuff. Crazy looking. Chassis mounted wing. Oh, okay, so we can actually go for a non-wing version and just have this huge, massive spoiler that comes out of the rear bumper. I might try that in the next build. I am quite interested in that look. Then we have the BN Sport. Then we have the Aim Gain, quite fat looking, but actually not too bad. And then we have the Gum Out. I quite like the diffuser on the Gum Out, but I want to go for the full Rocket Bunny V 3.5 look, so I'm going to go for that one. And in fact, I'm actually going to go for the even crazier V3 custom wing. So there you go. And maybe with the lip as well, seems we're going crazy. Good God, this is too much stuff added to a GT86. It's too mad. Then onto the skirts, we have the stock skirts. We have the Goretti Street, just nice simple side skirts. The Sea West, it's not too bad. The Goretti Street 2, just a nice little lip bit on the bottom. The skirt, and then the Aim Gain. Well, I'd say that I really like nice, simple ones like the Street, possibly the Street 2. I'm just going to go for the basic Street because I think we've got some Fenders coming soon, so we might actually have to scrap the skirts completely. So onto the exhaust, we have the stock, then we have the twin pipe, we have the twin pipe upswept, nice DTM style ones, crazy DTM look. Big bore, the Aim Gain regular, Aim Gain, and actually that would probably work with the Aim Gain bumper. And then no exhaust. I guess that would work if you had the exhausts coming out on the front or whatever. I'm going to go for the nice DTM style twin pipe upwards. Seems like we're going for the crazy look. Then onto the chassis. What is this going to be? Oh, it's the rear lights. That's good because I wasn't too sold on those rear lights. Not really into those. Maybe I probably won't find a better alternative though. We had the Valentini Red, which actually, to be honest, I think looks better than the stock, so I might go for that one. We also have the Valentini Black. I don't know. It's kind of a weird one for me. Then we have the Lexon Chrome. Let's just get a nice closer look at these. Then we have the Lexon Black. The Buddy Club look. I sort of get that one. And then the Custom Retro and Custom Retro Paint 2. Ugh. I mean, the Buddy Club is definitely a sort of, if we're going for like the full Japanese style look, then maybe the Buddy Club. The Valentini Red's actually not that bad considering, but we'd definitely have to change that red paint colour. So I might actually go for the Buddy Club on this one. Seems we were going for like a crazy Japanese tuner look, so yeah, I'll go for that. Then onto the grill, we have Grill 1, which is actually, oh, it's this bit here. Interesting, okay. So normally we have like the GT86 with like the boxer style thing with the twin pistons coming out. So we have that one. Then we have Grill 2 or Grill 1, which is just the D-badge version. Then Grill 2, which gets rid of the vent, and Grill 3, which adds that like sort of fin thing. And I guess as we have enough fins, I guess more the merrier. Let's go for the fin. Then onto the hood, we have 13 options. We have the stock. We have the Goretti. Not really too sold on that one. The Raijin, that's not too bad. We have the Raijin Carbon. We have, I really do like the carbon texture, especially as you only get the reflections on that bit of the texture, like the carbony bit. That's really cool. I like how that's been made. Then we have the Chicky Carbon, the Mark Motorsports Vented, the Mark's Motorsport Vented Carbon, the Mark Motorsports, which is actually just really a carbon, the Varus Carbon, the BN Sports, or, if you wanted, the no hood look. I'm actually going to go for the Mark Motorsports because it just adds just a carbon bonnet without all the extra venting and stuff. But considering this is supposed to be a pretty out there car, I guess we should probably go for the most out there bonnet, which I think is probably the vented carbon. So we'll go for that. Then onto the fenders. This is where all the fun happens. So we have the stock fenders. We have the Speed Hunters, which is just on the front, just there. It's going to look kind of odd with that bumper, so you're going to have to try and ignore that for now. Then we have the Rocket Bunny V1. I guess this is just front fenders and rear fenders are separated, so this is just going to be the front. So we have the Rocket Bunny V1. Pretty nice. We have the Rocket Bunny V1 Carbon, if you wanted that. I really like this carbon. We might have to do a full carbon build in a minute. Then we have Paint 2 version. Then we have the Winglets version. Then we have the V2. Then we have the V3. That one is the one that connects and matches. That's the one we're going to go for with more stuff at the bottom. Good God. Then we have the generic over fender. Nice and simple. I might do like one of these, then a carbon build, and then my build. I think that's how I'm going to do this video. So might be using those later. Then we have the carbon version. Then we have the rally backer. which actually matches really nicely with that. But of course we wanted to go for the crazy, so we'll keep moving on. Then we have the Varus, pretty mad looking as well, definitely very grilly, the Varus style one. Then we have the aim gain, then we have the BN Sports, then we have the aim gain and stance nation, and then we have the gum out. Crazy. Actually, the gum out matches. Ooh, interesting, but we're going to go for the Rocket Bunny V3. Then, onto the rear fenders, we have, of course, the Speed Hunters version. As you can see, we might have to change these skirts afterwards. We'll have to have a look at that. There might actually be another section for the skirts. I don't know, because it's missing some. We'll have to see. So we have the Speed Hunters. We have the Rally Backer. It does actually continue to the front, some of those. So we'll look at it from this angle. So we have the Rally Backer. We have the Rocket Bunny V1. We have the V1 Carbon. We have the V1 Paint. We have the V2. Then we have the V3, and there you go. As you can see, it does add the side skirt as well. So the other side skirt pretty much does nothing at this point with this build. So there is Rocket Bunny V3. We also have generic Overfender V1, generic Overfender V1 Carbon. Then we have the Varus. I really want to look at this completed Varus, actually. We'll look at that in a second. The BN Sports. Then the aim gain Stance Nation, and the Rocket Bunny V3 Vented. Actually, how does that compare? Ooh, I actually prefer the vented look. So, yeah, well, I say I prefer the vented look. I think for this build, the vented look will make it look just a bit more crazy, so I'll go for that. However, I'm noticing a doubling up here of these on the V3 vented. Oh, okay, well, in that case, I'm just going to go for that one. The V3 vented sort of doubles that look from the front fender, so we'll go for that. Then onto the roof, this is actually going to be different engine components, so let's lift the bonnet up. So we have the stock Boxer engine, then we have a 2JZ. Oh, beautiful. Just these new engines always just look really boring to me. Like there's too much going on, whereas that is just such a simple and classic look. I just love the look of the 2JZ and pretty much all these sort of old style engines like my 4G 63T and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, nice twin turbo version. Then we have a 458 engine. Okay. That sticks out of the bonnet. Oh, wait, no. I know what this is. There was a guy that built he built a GT86 with a 458 engine, didn't he? I'm pretty sure of it. If that exists and I'm maybe not going crazy, I'm going to put a picture on the screen right now. I'm pretty sure that was a thing, wasn't it? Some guy put a Ferrari engine and it had to stick out the top and stuff. Well, you could recreate that in GTA 5 now. There's also an LS engine. Everyone's a big fan of LS swaps. Crazy amount of cabling and wiring and stuff going on with that one. Bit messy, actually. And then we have an AMG engine, if you so desire to have some nice Mercedes power in your GT86. That's pretty interesting, but I am going to go for a nice classic 2JZ. But, you know, it doesn't really matter because I'm going to close the bonnet up and you won't really notice it. Although I have noticed that that's pretty much just a carbon wrap because it's not carbon underneath. Oh well, let's close the bonnet. And it's a good thing that I have V-Stancer because these wheels are lost in this arch, and actually you can see behind that there's no thing on the arch. So we definitely need to hide that in a minute. What else do we need to do? I think apart from that, it's just a case of engine, brakes, transmission, and all that sort of stuff. And suspension, which drops it down to there. Not much of a drop, pretty simple as you go down there. I'm actually going to keep this stock. I'm going to do all of that playing around. In fact, I'll keep it a competition because it makes it a bit stiffer. But I'm going to keep most of that playing around for V-Stancer. And then it's just a case of paints and wheels and drop. So let's find us some nice paints. Also, I think there's a couple of extras as well. Oh, yes, of course. So extra 10, I believe, is the badges on the rear. But I love badges, so I'm going to keep those. And then extra 1 is a big old roll cage on the inside. As you get, was he picking his nose? There you go. Nice big roll cage. So we'll go for that. And we'll add a turbo. And why not? Let's just go for a tinted. Oh, it tints the front lights. And the rear lights, apparently. I'm not too sure about that. No. I think we'll keep that stock. And actually, as it's Rocket Bunny, I feel like a matte wrap would have gone on a car like this. So maybe I'll go for this nice matte yellow. Or, oh, orange actually. Ooh, nice. As for the wheels, I have the law-friendly wheels mod added, so I'm not going to get any sort of branded wheels with this one, but in the sports section we do have some really nice looking wheels. Although some of those definitely have the brakes sticking through. Ooh, no, we're going to have to find... Ah, that's a huge shame. Oh, no. Oh, the brake calipers are sticking through all of these wheels. We're going to have to go for something like that, because anything deep dish is just not going to work. That's about as deep dish as we can get. Okay, so for this one, I might just go for this wheels 112. They're pretty generic looking, but I think it might work with this car, although I'm not sure we can change the colour. Yeah, we can change the colour. I might just go for a nice black steel on that one. And let's just grab V-Stancer and see if we can get this looking just a little bit more fitting for this massive kit. So, on the rear, track width, all the way out. Good God, that is a lot of poke. That's what we need. All the way to there. I'm also going to give it just a little bit of camber. Seems that is in the style of Rocket Bunny. And then get that height all the way down. That is going to be seriously low. There we go. And probably a bit more camber so we can tuck that in. And there we are. That one actually probably just a little bit too low. Might have to get that a bit higher. Kind of hard to get that balance with a bit of camber going on. Oh, almost looks better on the left-hand side. And then we had the front. Let's just get this all sticking out. Track width. Knock that out. Tiny bit of camber, but not really. Mind you, I guess if this is supposed to be like a drift car, maybe we'd have a bit less on the rear. So let's just get a little bit less camber going. That was more of a street style that I was going for. And then we'll just go ahead, tuck that to about there. And then we'll go for a bit more camber on the front with this style. There we go. Pretty out there, but you know what? It's really just more like a show car, I guess. And we'll knock that down to about there. Bit of camber. Track width in, and there it is. Wow. Okay. That is some look. That is pretty crazy. I know that I'm not going to go and run through these builds for each one. I'm basically going to build each build from now and then show you the completed thing, because we've spent way too much time looking at just this one build running through all the parts. This is already going to be a really long video, but there we are. Get a load of that. I don't know, you guys are going to have to let me know what you think about that one. As, you know, as like a whole look, style thing, it all sort of matches. I mean, the camber fits in with the kit and all that sort of stuff, and you know, it's a full Rocket Bunny kit. But maybe you guys aren't into that, so I'm going to do a quick build, because I'm very curious about the Varus one, because it's just really sort of full of vents and stuff. So I'm going to quickly go ahead and build a Varus version. Okay, so here we are with the Varus build. I just went for a nice, really cool metallic colour. And this is full Varus. This is the Varus carbon fibre bonnet, full kit, fenders, and also this rear bumper. It's definitely very venty, but I'm sort of, I don't know, I kind of almost prefer it to the Rocket Bunny for some reason. Not entirely sure why, though. There's just something about it that's just a little bit different. Maybe it's just because I've seen way too many Rocket Bunnies, but yeah. Interesting. Look, we also went for that nice double exhaust sticking out the back, and then we also went for the Varus curved carbon fibre spoiler. And there we go. And then I just tried to find some wheels. It's really awkward to find wheels because of that rear caliper, but yeah, went for those wheels. They sort of fit. And there we go. There's that build done. So let's go on for a full carbon fibre, as far as I can get it, build. Okay, I got this far and realised that actually these big massive things that have carbon don't have a matching side skirt, and just that bit, to me, looks awful. So I'm actually going to scrap the whole carbon thing, although this huge wing, definitely a load of fun. I'm going to try and make just the nice version that I would have to finish, because, yeah, I'm really not sold on where this is going. So let's just continue and let's just finish this off and turn this into my own style car build. Okay, so I've come upon this build. This is where I've got to, and my views are really, I couldn't find a nice set of wheels because I really wanted deep dish with this one, but sadly I couldn't, so this is the best I could have gone for. I tried to not go for camber with this one or any big kit, but I still wanted to go for some sort of kit, because if I had this car, in all honesty, I probably wouldn't kit it at all because I'd just be using it for drifting or whatever. Which probably makes me think that I would probably never really own this car anyway, because it's not really my thing. But I've gone for the nice big ducktail spoiler just because it's really cool looking, and that's really the best I've managed. I've gone for the white so I can go for the red rears, just to have a nice different style to it. And got this slightly more bulbous looking rear bumper. I think it's the INXS, wherever it is. I'm pretty sure INXS is actually a rock group. But that is it. That is pretty much my build. I'm not really happy about it. I've got to be honest. I guess I really just... I don't know. I don't know what it is about the GT86, but it excited me at first. And the really crazy builds of it excite me. But I wouldn't own that in real life, which makes me feel like I appreciate the car from distance, but... I don't know, trying to put my own personal spin on it hasn't really excited me. I actually think that my favourite one is probably this. It's probably this build right here. But you can let me know what you think in the comment section below. Which one do you prefer? Do you just prefer a stock GT86? Maybe you like this version that I made in white, although I'm really not too sure. Maybe you like this one. This is the Varus kitted one. I really like how it looks. It's just, I like this line here for some reason. Don't know why. Or maybe you just like this matte orange Rocket Bunny V3 with the Buddy Club lights, although you probably wouldn't go for the Buddy Club. You can let me know your thoughts. Maybe you do it slightly differently. Let me know in the comment section below. But that is it. You can also send me pictures of your ones that you have tuned if you have this mod. You can send me some pictures on Twitter at Figureight. Links to my Twitter are in the description below. And that is it. I'm going to put a link to this mod in the description. We can go ahead and check it out. But that'll be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I shall see you all next time. Goodbye!